Today we're doing an appraisal day, which is a fundraiser for the Northborough Library, and so people can register, bring things in so that we can give them an idea about the value of the things that they own. I'm the head of the book department at Skinner. Historical documents, books, Audubon prints, maps, and sometimes original art that was used in illustration for printed books. It's not unusual for people to bring in deeds from the 17th century, letters from the Revolutionary War, all the way through the Civil War to 20th century stuff. Sorry to be so late in acknowledging your note of February 6th in which you request a script of the two Lost Horizon reels that were thrown out. Why did he throw them out, and why was your father interested? I have no script or film of those two reels. They all went up in smoke, and believe it or not, my amnesia about those two reels is total. I cannot recall a single scene. I think at auction it might sell for $100, something like that. He signed a number of things that have come up for sale, including photographs, which you would expect. Sometimes contracts show up, which are kind of interesting because depending on the film, and usually there's like talent, signatures of actors too.
This is a Joel Farnham flax spinning wheel. It actually belongs to my sister, and she asked me to fix it up. And it was made in upstate New York sometime between 178 years ago and 222 years ago. I spoke to Carrie, and she took a look at it, and we talked about it a little bit. And I explained what I knew, and she told me what she knew about spinning wheels and flax wheels in particular, and the areas that would have seen more wear and tear from use and areas that would have stayed in good shape. And then she gave me some advice on how to preserve it and keep it in really good shape. And then she did some research on similar items up for auction, and then she gave me an estimate, which in this case would just be for insurance purposes.
I've been dealing in antiques for years. Had an antique shop in Maine for several years. Primarily what I do now is gilding and restoration on antique mirrors and antique picture frames. And I'm still an active antique buyer. People are of a certain age group, and when I see them come in, I can take a pretty good guess at what year they got married, what year their parents and grandparents got married. And certain things always seem to turn up because for glass and china, so much of it was from when people got married and received it as a gift, or when they set up housekeeping. This was probably from the 1920s, 1930s. Normally, part of a dinnerware set, doesn't have a lot of value. I think the exception is that this is such a fun little item, and my guess would probably be about between $25 to $30.
That's what I kind of thought. I looked on.
Yeah.